She danced with another man, so I gave the ring to her sister and walked away forever. The lights dimmed, and the music rose like a slow pulse through the veins of the room. Her laughter cut through the crowd, sharp, familiar, and cruelly misplaced. I watched her from across the hall. She was glowing in the golden wash of chandeliers, eyes half-lidded, fingers tracing the collar of another man. Her body moved close to his, too close. The rhythm between them wasn't just a dance, it was a confession. The glass in my hand trembled, not from rage, but from the precision with which I tried to stop it. Every movement I made was deliberate, controlled. Because anger is loud, and I've learned silence hurts more. She didn't see me, not yet, but her sister did. Across the dance floor, Emma stood near the bar, eyes darting between us, the perfect witness to a slow collapse. When the song changed, my wife, my beautiful, deceitful wife, pressed closer to him. Their laughter tangled in the air, intimate and shameless. And that's when I knew. Something inside me stopped fighting. It wasn't jealousy anymore, it was clarity. 2 weeks ago, she came home smelling like rain and guilt. Said she'd been out with friends. Her phone buzzed all night. She didn't touch it once. Not when it was in her hand, not when she thought I wasn't looking. You don't need evidence when your body already knows the truth. But I wanted it anyway. Because truth without proof is madness, and I refused to go insane over her. The next morning, she left early for yoga. I followed 10 minutes later. She wasn't at the studio. She was parked outside a hotel. I waited in my car, engine off, heart mechanical. When she came out, hair messy, clothes clinging to her skin, she didn't even look around. She just smiled at her reflection in the car window, like she'd won something. That night, I held her, listened to her breathe, wondered how many lies could fit in the space between two people who used to love each other. I didn't confront her, I planned instead. For days I studied her patterns, the calls she took in the hallway, the long showers, the sudden fondness for perfume she hadn't touched in years. Her sister, Emma, started noticing too. She came by one evening with wine, and the kind of silence that means she's afraid of her own thoughts. We didn't talk much, but her eyes told me enough. She knew something was wrong. I asked her once, casually, "Do you think your sister's happy?" She hesitated, then whispered, "I think she's confused." Confused. That word stuck in my head like a blade. I played the role, the loving husband, the patient man. I smiled through dinners, kissed her forehead, and helped her zip the dress she'd wear to the same parties he'd attend. I even planned our anniversary. She thought it was her night, but it was mine. I invited everyone she knew, friends, family, her colleagues, and yes, him. The man she thought I didn't know existed. It was going to be beautiful and merciless. Tonight, the anniversary party. She looked breathtaking. I remember thinking how unfair it was, how someone could look so pure while being so poisoned inside. She wore the diamond necklace I'd given her 2 years ago, the one she said she'd lost for months. Funny thing, I found it in her car last week. I greeted the guests, toasted with champagne, smiled through the charade. She danced. He arrived, and my chest tightened like a fist closing around something fragile. When they started dancing, I didn't interrupt. I wanted her to feel safe, comfortable, right before I tore the ground from beneath her. Emma approached me. "You okay?" she whispered. I nodded. It's time. She didn't know what I meant. Not yet. I walked to the stage, tapped the mic, and said, "Thank you all for coming. Tonight, I want to honor someone special. The woman I've loved for years. The one who taught me what loyalty truly means." My wife froze. Her lover's hand slipped away from hers. I pulled a small velvet box from my pocket. Her face softened, Maybe she thought I was renewing our vows. But I turned and handed the box to Emma. "This belongs to someone honest," I said quietly. The room went dead silent. She didn't move, didn't speak. Her lips parted, trembling, searching for words that wouldn't come. The man she danced with turned pale, like he'd been caught stealing something sacred. Emma's hands shook as she held the ring. She looked at me, confused, then horrified, then heartbroken. But I only smiled. A small, tired smile that felt like closure. I stepped down from the stage, walked past the stunned faces, the whispers, the flashing phones. She reached out, "Michael, please!" But I didn't stop. I leaned close enough for only her to hear. "You danced with him," I whispered. "Now dance alone." And I left. Her sobs echoed behind me, distant and hollow. Someone called my name. I didn't turn around. Outside, the cold air cut my skin open like truth itself. But it was clean. For the first time in months, clean. It's been weeks since that night. People still talk. They always do. Some call me heartless. Some call me brave. I call it freedom. I don't hate her. That would still mean she matters. Emma tried to reach out. She apologized for her sister's choices, for the awkward way everything ended. I told her there's nothing to apologize for. The ring wasn't a proposal. It was a mirror. And my wife, or the woman who used to be my wife, is finally seeing what she really is. Every now and then, I think about her. The sound of her laugh before it soured, the way she used to trace the edge of my jaw when she thought I was asleep. But those memories belong to another life, and I've buried that man beside them. Now when I look in the mirror, I see someone else. Someone who learned that love without respect is just self-destruction in disguise. And as for her, she can keep dancing. But the music will never sound the same again.
How could you do this?